I've got a job I've got to start, a new feature film that I'm working on. Only problem, I've got no samples. I'm using a door that I don't know how to use, and my shed has been broken for nearly 6 months after the last mega job that I did. I'm still not there with the samples or the door, but I've got a new setup that I think may surprise you. So, Jack, should we go in and alter the white balance and have a look around? Oh, my back's killing me because I've been sweeping and clearing. So what I'll do is I'll open the curtains because it's actually, spring has finally arrived in Edinburgh, and we'll get a nice light in here. So you'll see it's really pared down from what it was before. Since being diagnosed with ADHD, I've realised that I like to create chaos, but chaos is the thing that I really shouldn't surround myself with because it makes me very ill. So what I've decided is the playroom is going to be, in the annex, is going to be like the chaos room. And this is going to be a bit of a sanctuary for writing and also working to picture, but also what's good with this setup, I'll be able to edit and dub in here as well. The big surprise is my life is being run from a laptop with a single connector, because like 4K video and stuff requires a magnitude of difference in processing power and memory. Us soundies, we've got more than enough power in these things. So I don't even have any external hard drives. I run everything internally, the samples, the picture, the project, and simply back it up to the cloud. I have to travel with work. That's just something I can't avoid. But I also am a very committed film and TV composer. By having this, I get zero stress when I'm traveling. There's nothing to synchronize. There's no accessories that I need to take. I can just take a power adapter and a pair of headphones and carry on totally glitch free. And that for me is the dream. I've got a tour bag, which I'll take you through once that's all set up. But the idea is, if I'm writing on this here, I can instantly just throw it in a bag, and there's no difference with what I'm working on. No surprises, no missing samples, nothing like that. Moreover, I'm going to surprise you with my choice of the interface. The idea that I can also record on the same setup that I record on here is a delightful and delectable proposition for me. Not only that, I think that these are the best sounding, most transparent mic pre's on the market today, and I think the AD conversion is absolutely sumptuous. It's a little bit like those Harbath speakers that I did a video about, links below. These are calibrated for the human voice because they're basically based off a location recorder. But using USB-C, it converts into a 12-in, 4-out interface, 32-bit floating point, up to 96K. And you'll just have to trust me when I say it just sounds absolutely gorgeous. But also, what's really exciting is it's a recorder. So what I do at the beginning of a day's work is I stick an SD card in the back and put this into record. And regardless of what I'm doing here, everything that's been mic'd up is being stored. There's that great take that you do, or you write something and forget what it was you wrote, or worse, what is much more common is just simply getting distracted when I'm, say, writing on the piano here or one of the electric pianos. So the SD card goes in, it can record for probably up to about two weeks, everything that's going into that device. But I don't use it for its output because I've got a 5.1 setup and this has only got 4 outs. Also, one of those outs is like a mini TRS, which I just don't like the idea of running a professional studio off a mini TRS jack. So what I do is I've got this as the input audio interface. The output audio interface is this Digiface USB by RME, and it's a 32 out digital only ADAT interface. Something that I had before was a surround controller, so I'd come out of the Apogee Symphony, in and out, but out of the Apogee Symphony into this surround controller, which would then go into my audio correction device, which is a Trinov, and then back out of that into the speakers. One, it basically means we're doing DA, and we do an extra round of digital to audio conversion and an additional round of audio to digital conversion. It introduced a latency that wasn't unacceptable but was a little bit annoying, and I suddenly realized that the Trinov in itself is a DA converter that controls monitors. And what's more, it comes with one of these, which is my new monitor controller, and it is, you'll just have to trust me on this, this is the nicest feeling knob I've ever touched, ever. This is the second nicest knob, and you'll see here you've got all of the features that you'd want from a monitor controller. And that is a lot tighter. I'd say it's probably twice as quick as it was when we were using that weird system. So let me just take you through the signal path. Microphones and line inputs going into the sound devices. MixPre 10 Mark II, 32-bit floating point, and that goes into Logic. I'm switching to Cubase, but I thought I'd set up on Logic because I know my way around it. Then that's spitting out through this Digiface USB, which is a dinky little affair. And then, this is when it gets a bit cowboy, we've got it going into this RME, basically it's a digital format converter. So basically we've got our 8 channels of ADAT going in there, and in real time it gets translated into 8-track AES, which is what this guy likes. And then this does the DA conversion, which we control via this monitor here. And other than that, I've got 2 screens, quite happy to work remotely on one. I'll probably have my picture up on that one when I'm working, but I just wanted to really hone it down. I find like having multiple screens is convenient, but it really does mean that you've got a very fixed sweet spot for where the sound is. So this for me feels freer, open, less chaotic. And if you have a look out there, it really is delightful. This screen has changed my life because it's got that coating, which means I can work, and I'm happy for you to pan around, mate. I can work with the sun blaring in, and I'd be very interested to know what you think about this rather odd choice of a recorder as a sound interface. And if you'd like me to maybe give you any examples of stuff recorded into it, the clarity and the musicality of it is sensational. It's absolutely bomb-proof as well. So I can, again, throw these things into a bag and there's zero downtime, just transporting my studio with me, which is the dream. Oh, also, there's one thing. I don't know, this is one of those quality of life things, but to have one cable going in is just insane. That basically it's getting power from this thing called a CalDigit, and you'll see here it's basically a massive hub with all sorts of expensive Thunderbolt interfaces alongside your standard stuff. But it's nuts that I'm basically coming out of that. That's giving it power. This is where the sound's going, but also it's controlling that monitor. And, you know, the controller here is all going through it, and Ethernet as well, all of that kind of stuff. It's just, that is luxury for me.